power lines when working around your house. Look up before you climb up and stay at least 10 feet away from overhead power lines.
That sounds like a good idea to me, Eddie. Our Blue Cross Blue Shield Health Status Report. Alton Ford activated today. He's in uniform tonight, coming off the injured list. Benny Hardaway not here. He's gone to Toronto to receive treatment for a knee, some soreness in the knee that has been bothering him. He's expected back for the Sunday night game in Phoenix against San Antonio. And now, Eddie, our out-of-zone matchup.
Well, Jalen Rose again. He's the key guy. And Shawn Marion is going to get that matchup tonight. And Jalen Rose, his career versus the Sun has not been that good. Only about 11 points a game and 2.9 rebounds and 3 assists. But we know that's not the Jalen Rose that's been playing the last few years. Shawn Marion against the Bulls in the prior game, 24 points and 10 rebounds, 11 of 18 from the field. These two guys will be going at it all night long, Al.
The NBA referees working tonight here at the United Center. Monty McCutcheon, Pat Ferreher, and Scott Fisher. Those are the NBA referees working this game. And Chicago won their last game. They beat the Knicks here, and that was when Jalen Rose, in his first night in a Chicago uniform, had 36 points. Of course, the Suns won their game last night in Memphis, 78-72, holding the Grizzlies to 6 points in an amazing fourth quarter. And these two teams, the Suns and Bulls, played in Phoenix January 29th. The Suns won it by 1 point, 91-90. We are underway. And the opening tip, controlled by Trenton Hansel, gets it back to A.J. Guyton. So Chicago wins the tip to start the ball game, and we're underway here at the United Center. And a beautiful, crisp, sunshiny winter day here in the Windy City today. Taking the dribble to the right side and dishing off to Jalen Rose. Guyton back out to Guyton in front. He'll shoot the three-pointer if he gets an opportunity. Rose goes inside, but throws the ball away as Curry slipped and fell.
Yeah, he got good positioning there, but could not hold it and fell to the floor, and Jalen Rose threw it out of bounds.
So Chicago with 3 rookies in their starting lineup here tonight. Stephon Marbury out front, swings the ball over on the side to Shawn Marion, out to Stockolitis, the big guy way out front. Around now to Joe Johnson. Johnson holds the ball up high. Back out it comes to Gugliotta. 8 seconds to shoot it. Gugliotta to Stockolitis. Still a play on the perimeter. Suns running out of time here. And now here's the drive by Marbury, and they do not get a shot. And Eddie, the Suns have absolutely nothing going offensively.
No, it surprised me that Stephon didn't read the clock. I mean, you know, as a veteran, you're not going to see veterans make that type of mistake, but I thought he was going to shoot the basketball. He passed it. And, you know, a lot of that's the fault of his teammates. Someone that does not have the ball should be screaming out to shoot the basketball.
And they were just passing the ball around the perimeter, had nothing moving at all. So neither club scores on their first possession. Hassel gets the ball inside Eddie Curry. Out front, Rose almost knocked away. Now Jalen Rose controls the ball over to A.J. Guyton. Guyton picked up defensively by Stephon Marbury. Guyton beyond the three-point arc. Takes the dribble drive to the left side, puts up a 20-footer, and drills it through.
Yeah, you know, Guyton had a solid game in Phoenix, played very well, got big minutes.
Well, I mentioned he will not hesitate to put up the outside shot from three-point range or closer if he gets the opportunity. Gugliotta left to the key for the Suns. Drives to the baseline, can't get loose. Out to Stockolitis at a high post. Now comes to Marbury, and he's going to be banged and fouled by A.J. Guyton. Guyton will pick up his first personal foul here in the early going.
Well, A.J. Guyton, you know, he can shoot the basketball, man. Tyson Chandler set a good screen on Stephon, and he raised up from that area. And again, this guy he is comfortable out there at that range shooting the ball.
Joe Johnson inbounds the ball to Marbury. 14 seconds to shoot it. Marbury driving down the left side. Marbury with his back to the hoop. Now works the baseline. Out to Gugliotta. Open from 18. Won't go. Big Jake rebounds but can't control it. Knocked away by Curry. Back to Guyton. A hit on the right side for Hassel. Hassel out on the perimeter. Goes back into Curry. Here's a little spin move. The shot is up. Won't go. Then the ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Gugliotta. And the Bulls will have it with a new shot clock.
So Curry got away with a travel and a charge on that play.
So it'll be inbounded by Guyton. Guyton just to the right of the Chicago hoop to Hassel in the corner. Hassel, as we mentioned, was a high school teammate at one point with the Sun Shawn Marion. From the corner, he'll miss. And on the rebound, we get a whistle and a foul, and that foul pushing off was going to be on the Bulls' Eddie Curry. His first.
Well, Big Jake and Tom Gugliotta, they have to accept the challenge. I know when I played, if I had a high school guy guard me, he's going to be in for a long night. And these two veterans have to make sure that they take advantage of these young guys out here on the court.
The Bulls have picked up a couple of team fouls here early. Joe Johnson gets the ball to Marion. Open 16-footer on the way. Yes, indeed. So Shawn Marion hits the nice open jump shot to time this game early at 2 apiece. A.J. Guyton, second-year guard out of Indiana. And he was a second-round draft pick. And now Outside, we have a quick whistle, and this foul is going to be a holding foul called on the Suns' Shawn Marion.
Shawn has slowly developed into the Suns' best jump shooter. Not a pretty shot, but he is starting to use his screens very well, and he's waiting on them, and it's getting them open all the time.
Trenton Hassel inbounding the ball, gets it out to Guyton. Guyton looking for Rose, but finds Curry. Curry puts it on the floor, backs down, little jump hook will bounce off, no good. And Joe Johnson rebounds it for the Suns. Up to Marbury on the run. To Marion, jumping up from 18, yes indeed.
Making me look at him. I'm telling you, he is so comfortable from 15 feet on in.
So Marion has hit his first 2 field goal attempts here in the early going in Chicago. A.J. Guyton in the corner. Hassel holding it there in front of the Chicago Bull bench area. Covered by Joe Johnson. Tries to break loose, and then the ball deflected. It'll go out of bounds. Still will belong to Chicago. And we'll have 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And this game not quite 3 minutes old here at the United Center. And the Suns with a 4-2 lead. Bulls will inbound. Jalen Rose, his first shot of the night, won't go. Rebound tipped to the side. And we have a foul called here. Or out of bounds. Now, an reverting whistle, I think, may be what the official's saying now. They'll give the ball to the Suns. That's it.
Well, I thought he wanted to call a foul on Tyson Chandler. I mean, he was all over the back.
Well, I think the official had that note, and then he said, no, it's my fault, that inadvertent whistle, and give the ball to the Suns, and here they come with Stephon Marbury. Off to Joe Johnson. Johnson at three-point range to the right side, matched up against the veteran Rose, the newcomer in a Chicago uniform. Out to Marion, 17-footer switch. He's 3 for 3, Eddie.
He's looking good. I mean, that stroke is right on cue.
Here's A.J. Guyton over to Haskell at three-point range for the Bulls. Down in the corner goes to Guyton. The fake, the drive of the baseline. Shovels it in for a slam dunk to the youngster, Tyson Chandler. Bravo!
That gives you a glimpse of his athletic ability at 7 foot tall.
Right out of Dominguez High School in California. Here's Marbury penetrating. Gets it out to Big Jake at a high post. Puts it on the floor. Runs the drive inside and scores it. Went right to the hoop.
Jake say, take a look at my move. You want to dunk? I'll just do it on the ground.
And it's 8-4, the Suns with the lead. Haskell out front down to Jalen Rose. Rose gets the ball to Chandler. The big youngster's pass is deflected out of bounds. That'll slow down the Bulls' attack. They'll not have 13 seconds to get a shot, and they'll inbound the basketball. Tyson Chandler, 7'1", 235, out of Dominguez High School in California. Eddie Curry, 6'11", 285, at Thornwood High School here in the Chicago area. Curry gets the ball in from out of bounds to Guyton. Guyton on 20, will miss, and Tom Gugliotta rebounds it for the Suns. Googs last night, as a starter, had 10 points and 8 rebounds in that victory in Memphis. Here's Marbury, 15-foot jump shot. It's good. Suns shooting well.
Well, good screen by Tom Gugliotta. Freed up Stephon. I think he was surprised he was that wide open.
Suns have hit 5 out of 6 field goal attempts, and that's encouraging. And on a nice run here, Jalen Rose from 17 gets his first field goal of the game.
Well, that's what he can do well, too. And you have to stay extremely close to him because he can get his shot off in a hurry.
And, of course, in the last game against the Knicks, Jalen Rose had 36 points. Here's Joey Johnson in the lane, off to Marion. Marion just on the left side, now starts to back away. Bounce it down low to Big Jake. Here's his hook shot. Won't go off the back of the rim. Rebound Curry. Out it comes down to Jalen Rose. Rose over on the right side. Rose waiting with the basketball, lobs it low. Here's the catch for Chandler, can't get it, and now we have a loose ball foul called inside, and it's on Curry. And Curry will pick up his second personal. With just over 7 minutes left in the opening quarter.
Well, Chandler got the good position, but good defense by Jake coming from the weak side, and Chandler just pushes Tom Gugliotta in the back.
Well, we're going to see one of the European players checking in, Dalibar Bagaric, the 7-footer out of Croatia. Second-year pro, and Bagaric is big also.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're all big up in here. Curry, Chandler, I mean, they definitely have some height.
Now the Suns throw the ball away. Rose with the steal. Chandler underneath gets an easy chance. Suns got careless and got burned.
Yeah, and Suns can't give them easy opportunities. The Suns struggle with, the Bulls struggle within their offense. You don't want to give them easy opportunities at the hoop.
It's 10-8. The Suns by a couple. Joe Johnson over to Marion. Down low to Sakalitis against Bagaric. Sakalitis puts it on the floor. Now goes underneath with the left hand. Can't get it. Tip up won't go. Rebound is going to go out of bounds. Not quite out of bounds. Saved by Haskell. Good hustle by Trenton Haskell. Winds up with Guyton. Guyton underneath, loses the ball, and can Marion come up with it? He will, and he's fouled. Guyton reaching in is going to... No, they didn't call a foul.
What the official was saying, he had his
out
hand on the ball and his foot was out of bounds.
Yeah, that's the call. So the Suns wind up with a basketball. A moment ago, they threw it away on the inbound pass down in the Chicago end. This time it's inbounded to Joe Johnson. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. A 10-8 Phoenix lead. Marbury brings the ball down the left side. Out to Gugliotta. Gugliotta puts it on the floor, drives in the lane, throws up a shot that won't go. Sakalidis rebounds, follows, and hits it.
Jake's very active early in this ball game. I don't know what he ate today, but he needs to eat that every day.
12-8.
He's moving well.
Suns on top by 4. A.J. Guyton out between the circles now. Guyton looks to his right, gets the ball to Bagaritz. Bagaritz back to Guyton. Guyton drives in, 14-foot jumper, good.
Guyton comes out of that very good Indiana offense, and he knows how to get himself open.
Marbury to Marion, who turns as the ball away. It's loose, going to be picked up by Chandler. Chandler gives it to Jalen Rose. Back to Chandler. He drives inside. Didn't get the shot, gets the rebound. It's knocked away. And now we do have a foul called on Sakalidis, and we have a timeout with 5 minutes and 41 seconds.
Suns will have to shoot the ball well from outside because the Bulls packing in and they have some big bodies. And Shawn Marion, he's leading the charge early on. He's on fire.
Well, we want to send some happy birthday wishes along here on February 22nd. Jane Boylan, Jim Boylan's wife, celebrating her birthday today. Our congratulations to Jane. The Van Arsdales, Dick Van Arsdale and Tom. And don't tell me that Mrs. Eddie Johnson Joy is having birthdays. Congratulations to Joy. We got a lot of great birthdays today, Eddie.
22nd. Dr. James' birthday today, too.
That's right. Mentioned Dick and Tom Van Arsdale. Usually they both have the same birthday. Here's Chandler at the free throw line, gets 1 of 2, and cuts the lead to 1 point now. A 12-11 Phoenix lead. Devon Marbury over on the left side. Marbury passes it out to Joe Johnson. Johnson turns on Jalen Rose to the baseline. Little 8-footer swish. It's good. Nice move by Joe Johnson.
Yeah, you know, Joe is taking his time to feel his way through this ball game. Has not rushed anything. That's his first attempt, and it goes in for him.
14-11, the Suns with the lead. Out front down Jalen Rose. Bagaritz looks in for the big guy, throws it inside, but he can't catch it. Nobody else can. It goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover for the Bulls. So the Suns will have possession. Suns with Jake Sakalidis, Shawn Marion, Tom Gugliotta, Stephon Marbury, and Joe Johnson. And again, if you joined us late, Benny Hardaway not here tonight. He's gone to Toronto to receive some treatment on his sore knee. Marbury with the basketball out to Marion. Marion breaks in for a shot that rolls around and won't go. Sakalidis rebounds, follows in, won't go, and it's knocked out of bounds. Bulls will have it.
I'll tell you, Big Jake is active. I don't know what makes him active from game to game, but he is moving in that paint to areas where he can get the rebound, not standing behind guys trying to jump over the top.
Suns with a 3-point lead, 14-11. A.J. Guyton now between the circles down for the Bulls. Edges to his right, gives to Jalen Rose. Rose cuts in the lane, dishes off, and it's stolen. Marion knocks it away, but can't control it. And it goes out of bounds off Marion. So the Bulls will still have the ball, but no possession change, so there's only 9 seconds of the shot clock for Chicago.
Well, Jalen Rose not having an easy time. Shawn Marion standing there just waiting on the pass, got a hand on it, but just couldn't corral it.
Trenton Hassel will inbound, gets the ball to Guyton. Guyton driving to the right side. Guyton swings around, out front to Chandler. Chandler for an 18, good. Tyson Chandler knocks down the outside shot. And it's a 1-point lead for the Suns again. Devon Marbury. Marbury over on the left side, drives it up into the lane, keeps coming, dishes out to Marion on the right, back to Marbury. Marbury against Guyton, up and under, scores a nice one-handed scoop shot.
Nice move there. The Bulls are paying a lot of attention to Stephon, but he got away that time.
16-13. Suns lead it. Hassel goes into Bagaritz. Down low on the right side, back to Jalen Rose. 16-footer won't go. Rebound knocked out to the side, and Guyton is there to control it. Well scored in the corner for Rose. A 3-point try, but he overshoots it. Rebound Sakalidis, but it's thrown away. And A.J. Guyton comes up with the basketball. Out to Hassel. His three-pointer, not good. And the rebound yanked down by Marion. Chandler takes it away. Gives it to Rose from 16, and he buries it.
So, you know, you get that many chances to shoot the basketball at one particular time down the floor, you're eventually going to make it, and that's what happened.
Well, the Suns with 5 turnovers, 16-15. Again, Phoenix up by 1 with just over 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Out front, Stephon Marbury gets the ball to Gugliotta. Here's the drive against Chandler. Throws it in the corner to Joe Johnson, a three-pointer. Shazam! In the zone with AutoZone. Yes, Joe Johnson at AutoZone writes a $100 check to Suns Charities every time one of the Suns hits the NBA Super Shot. 1915, Suns on top. Joe Johnson has hit both of his shots, and that one was a three-point field goal. Here's Chandler into Marguerite. Marguerite's a fadeaway in the lane, no good. And Gugliotta rebounds it for the Suns. He'll bring it up over the time stripe. Gugliotta shovels it back to Marbury. Marbury cuts in low. His shot off the glass won't go. Rebound scramble. It's knocked into the corner. Marbury's there. And we're going to get a whistle here. And a foul is going to be called on Tyson Chandler of Chicago. We'll get a timeout with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this first quarter. It's Tom Leander and the Gorilla. We'll be cooking up some fun tomorrow. It's the Bear Creek Celebrity Chili Challenge at Arizona Mills Mall. Come on out for all the festivities. You're going to win a sensational prize package, too. That's tomorrow at noon in the food court at Arizona Mills. Now McCoy with Eddie Johnson, and Eddie's son shooting the ball well in this opening quarter.
Shooting the ball very well, 9 of 17, so about 53% from the field. And we talked about before the game that the outside shot had to be there because of the height that the Bulls will throw at you. The Suns would have a tough time getting points in the paint consistently throughout the night unless they make jump shots, and they've done a great job of that.
Suns have a full shot clock as Joe Johnson gets ready to inbound the ball. The Suns with a 4-point lead. Inbounded out to Marbury as Travis Best has checked in during that timeout for Chicago. Sakalidis way out of the high post. Bo Outlaw's also in for the Suns. To Johnson to Marbury from 18. Good. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Suns Basketball Network. We'll check some changes for you. Dan Marley in there for the Suns. Fizer's in there for Chicago. Here's the turnaround at the baseline, and that's Marcus Fizer out of Iowa State who hits that hoop, and it's 21-17. Suns still on top. Stephon Marbury, Joe Johnson, Jake Sakalidis, Dan Marley, Bo Outlaw. The 5 on the floor for Phoenix. Here's Joe Johnson. He's only 20 years old. Was the 10th pick in the first round this past summer by Boston. Big Jake, hook shot short. Rebound, Sakalidis tries to pick it up, and he does. Big Jake has it back with a new shot clock. Out to Outlaw. Over to Marbury with 1:35 now remaining here in the opening quarter. Marbury on the drive, and as he does, he has a collision with a big guy, and that big guy is Dalibor Bogaric, and Bogaric will pick up the foul, and that has the Bulls over the team foul limit.
Yeah, Stephon, he got a good lane there and got a nice screen to get Travis Best off of him. Travis Best, a pretty good defender, shook him loose, and Bogaric just too slow.
First free throw's up and good. You can earn 3,000 flight fun bonus miles every time you purchase a round-trip ticket at AmericaWest.com and fly by May 31st, all from America West, of course, the official airline of the Suns. Both free throws by Marbury are good. 23-17. Suns with a 6-point lead, which has been the biggest they've had. Travis Best came over from Indiana in that big trade between the Bulls and Pacers. Over to Jalen Rose, who also came from the Pacers. Rose bounces it down to Fizer. Fizer against Outlaw, and we're going to get a foul on Outlaw. Just a little bit too much shoving defensively, and Bo Outlaw will be charged for the foul.
Well, you have to lean on Fizer. I mean, this guy right here, you put some football pads and a helmet on him. He is huge.
6'8", about 265. Now John Wallace will come into the Phoenix lineup. Wallace, the 6-year veteran out of Syracuse, 6'9", 225. And he'll replace Jake Sakalidis with 1:18 remaining here in this opening quarter. And I see Charles Oakley starting to get the warm-ups off of the Bulls. It's inbounded to Travis Best. Chicago with possession. Bounce the ball to Rose. Rose put it on the floor against Marley. The ball knocked away out of bounds. And the officials will give it to Chicago. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And Oakley will replace Bogaric. Oakley in his 17th season in the league.
Yeah, he comes into a few chorus of Bulls, and trust me, it does not bother him at all.
No, I'm sure. Well, he has said it's not the greatest thing playing in Chicago. In fact, he equaled it out to being behind bars. I don't know if I go along with that. Here's the ball, knocked down by Marley. Picked up by Joe Johnson. Suns come down. Joe Johnson, the man. And we are going to get a whistle and a foul. And the foul's on Travis Best of Chicago.
Good steal there. And what happened, Joe Johnson, he felt someone on his back. And it wasn't the opposition. It was Stephon Marbury trying to get back in transition. And Joe should have probably gotten the ball in the middle of the floor. You know, just dribbling the ball up the side right there. If he had took it to the middle, he might have gotten Stephon a layup.
But it'll give Marbury a couple of more free throws. His first one here is good, and he'll have another try and connect from the free throw line. He gives the Suns their biggest lead. Marbury with 7 points now. He has 9 points. And the next free throw, he has 10. And the Suns have an 8-point lead, their biggest, 25-17, with a minute remaining here in the opening quarter at the United Center in Chicago. Travis Best handling the basketball. Best out of Georgia Tech, a 7-year pro. Best driving to the left side, still out on the perimeter. Give it to Pfizer. Pfizer's pass deflected out of bounds by Joe Johnson. Tell you what, the things you like about that youngster defensively, he can anticipate passes. He can knock things away with those long arms. That was an example.
Well, he plays defense with his hands. His hands they're always active, and he's getting deflections all the time.
Ball is inbounded to Travis Best. Best driving to his left. They're running out of time. 6 seconds to shoot it. Over to Haskell. Haskell bounces out to Oakley. Oakley from about 22 is way short. And Outlaw with the rebound. Gives it over to Stephon Marbury. Marbury breaks down the right side. Now brings it to his left. Still beyond the three-point arc. Gets it back to John Wallace. Wallace about an 18-footer. No good. And Hassel rebounds it. Trenton Hassel gives it over now to Travis Best. Best sets things up, and Bill Cartwright, he took over the coaching reins here after the season had started. Calls out a set play for his Chicago team, and they'll try and get something here with 10 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Best down between the circles, starts to drive to his left, now to his right. He's in the lane. He puts up a shot that won't go. Outlaw rebounds it in the first quarter's history. At the end of one here in Chicago, it's the Suns 25, the Chicago Bulls 17. It was the first time all year that's happened to the Phoenix Suns.
And especially without pressure. It was no pressure on the basketball at all. Once Stephon got the basketball in, just took too much time.
And that's a turnover that's rare. You have 8 seconds to get the ball out of backcourt. It was 10 for years. And that time the Suns get caught. So the Bulls have the basketball. Travis Best over on the left side. 25-17 Suns on top. Travis Best, Jalen Rose. Hassel's in there. Pfizer. Oakley. Now in the corner, Jalen Rose. He's working the baseline. Feeds it out front to Best. Best can't get a shot to Hassel. Back to Rose. Rose covered by Marley. Down to Pfizer. They're running out of time. Pfizer throws it up and hits it. And he's fouled. Well, time was running out. The Suns' defense was sticky. But Pfizer, it's the shot, connects from the corner, and he's fouled by Wallace.
You know, Pfizer has the body of a power forward, but he has the touch of a small forward. Love to shoot the ball outside, and John Wallace committed a no-no there. You do not hit a shooter anywhere around the elbow area. I don't care if you tap him, they will call the foul.
Pfizer misses the free throw. This is his second year in the NBA. Played collegiately at Iowa State. He was the first ever Iowa State Cyclone to be unanimous All-American. Stephon Marbury out between the circles now. Marbury over on the right side, gets the ball to Wallace. Here's the fake, here's the shot, too hard off the glass. Rebound Oakley. 25-19 Suns. Give it a Best down to Jalen Rose. Rose against Dan Marley, who has him defensively. Out front to Best. Best looking to Oakley, who turns. The ball bounces off his shoulder, but Best saves it.
Globe try to move
Yeah, and Best goes right. Back out to
opportunities closer to the hoop, but they're shooting the ball pretty well to start the ball game, 48%.
Don't forget the Suns now with back-to-back games against the San Antonio Spurs. Sunday night at America West Arena. And that's a 6 o'clock game, of course. Tickets available. Hope you'll pick yours up and come out to see the Suns and Spurs. And then Tuesday night, Eddie and I will be in San Antonio, Texas. We'll have that game on our radio and television network station starting at 6 Tuesday. So back-to-back games against the Spurs. 10 minutes and 21 seconds. Time remaining in the first half here at the United Center. Bulls to the ball. They have 20 seconds on the shot clock. Hassel inbounding to Best. There's the two guards. Trenton Hassel and Travis Best. Best out front. Right side, Oakley. Oakley on the perimeter. Tries to get it to Rose, and then it's kicked away by Dan Marley. So it still will belong to Chicago, and now Stephon Marbury will come out. Marbury with 10 points so far in the game, and Milt Palacio will replace him. Palacio out of Colorado State. Third year in the league, and of course coming over in the trade with the Boston Celtics to the Suns, as you know. Now we're going to get double foul called here. Let's see, it's going to be
on Jalen and Dan Marley.
Yeah, Jalen Rose and Dan Marley double fouls.
Well, which is a good trade-off because Dan is not going to play a lot of minutes, so he can use his 6 fouls wisely, but Jalen Rose, you can get him in foul trouble. He can commit silly fouls. That will help the Suns.
Well, they just were tangled up doing some extracurricular pushing. Now they go to Rose again. A fadeaway will miss from 16. Shawn Marion jerks down the rebound for the Suns. His outlet pass stolen by Hassel. He'll come down and get an easy hoop.
Wow. You have to be careful with outlet pass. And Mil Palacio, he's used to that Boston fast break, where they'll kick the ball up around half court to start the break. Well, he's had to come back to the basketball.
That's 8 turnovers for the Suns. 8. Bulls have 4. And the Bulls have taken advantage of and scored 11 points. Here's Marley for 3. Off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound knocked down, picked up by Oakley. It is 27-21, the Suns. We're in the second quarter. Travis Best gets the ball out to Hassel. His three-pointer, good. And he can shoot it. Trenton Hassel.
Yes, he can. And, he's going against his old high school buddy right now, Shawn Marion, trying to show Shawn up. Shawn better step it up defensively.
Well, he made a big steal and scored, and now he gets a three-pointer. So Hassel pulls the Bulls back within 3. Milt Palacio gets the ball down to Marley over on the right side. Picked up defensively by Rose. Marley now on the drive. Dishes off to Bo Outlaw. Outlaw feeds it out to Palacio. 4 seconds. Palacio better do something. Here's the drive. Takes it in. And the ball's knocked away. Goes out of bounds. And it's a shot clock violation. Second one the Suns have had in the ball game. And we'll get a timeout right here. Checking the score with 8 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the first half here in Chicago.
Maybe not. But he was laying on Palacio's legs, which tells me that should be a force back instead of a violation.
Well, it's a tough call because it puts it back into the hands of the Bulls, and another turnover, their 10th for Phoenix here in the first half. Travis Best for the Bulls over on the angle right side. Palacio defending him. Best will put up a 20-footer, won't get it. Dan Marley has the rebound. Marley ahead to Palacio. He'll push it up down the right side. Just over 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Bounce it to Marion. 14-footer, good. Shawn Marion.
Found an area on the floor where no one was, and Palacio got it right to him.
Marion's 4 out of 6 shooting. 29-24 the Suns. Marcus Pfizer over on the right side out of 3-point range. And now again we're going to get a foul. This one's going to be on Dan Marley. He and Jalen Rose having quite a battle. But Rose has only 2 hoops.
Shawn Marion just finding the soft part of that defense right there around the free throw line, and Palacio head up, found it.
15 seconds on the shot clock for the Bulls. They inbound to Travis Best. Best takes the ball over to the left side, still out of 3-point range. Out front to Pfizer. Pfizer against Wallace. Pfizer in the lane, back to Best. Best from 18, good. He hits the shot.
But this is what Best and Rose will give the Bulls, guys. They can get the ball to with the shot clock going down, and they can make jump shots under pressure.
And it's 29-26, the Suns on top. Dan Marley to Marion. Marion has it blocked by his old high school buddy Hassel, but it's saved by John Wallace. He'll put it up good if it goes. It won't, but he's fouled. And the foul is on Trenton Hassel, and John Wallace will go to the Phoenix free throw line. Joe Johnson is going to return for Phoenix now, and Dan Marley will come out with 7.5 minutes remaining here in the first half, and John Wallace to the Phoenix free throw line.
I guess Hassel understands Shawn's game. He was right on top of that shot.
And the first free throw by Wallace up and good. Suns now have the 2 new players in backcourt, Milt Palacio and Joe Johnson, with Marion, along with John Wallace and Bo Outlaw up front. The next free throw won't go. The Suns first miss from the free throw line, and Pfizer gets the rebound. Suns are 7 of 8 from that charity strike. They lead 30-26. Over to Travis Best. Best over on the right side out of Georgia Tech in his 7th NBA season. Best at 5'11", gets the ball to Pfizer. He's in front of the Bulls bench area. Puts it on the floor. Fires from 18, won't get it. Rebound Joe Johnson. Johnson for the Suns down the right side. And a nice pass for Palacio. Doesn't take the shot in the corner. Gets it out to Wallace. Wallace straddling the 3-point line. Now starts to work against Pfizer. Pulls up from 18 short. Rebound knocked down and controlled by Jalen Rose. Rose on the gallop, up out of backcourt, bring it down the right side, take it to the baseline, shoot it from 15 and bury it, Jalen Rose.
But, he's 2 of 7 before he made that one. Now he's 3 of 8, and he is a guy that will continue to shoot the basketball.
Here's Joe Johnson from 18. Swish, it's good. Well, I'll say this about Joe Johnson. Maybe we'd like to see him take more shots.
Well, and his game is under control, which is what I like. And I'm watching him, and he plays within himself, which is key for a young player.
He's 3 of 3 from the field, including a three-pointer. Here's Oakley in the corner for the Bulls, and he gets the bounce. It goes deep in the corner, and it's 32-30. Suns with a 2-point lead. Milt Palacio brings the ball out of backcourt. Palacio left of the lane, takes it in the lane, bounces it off to Joe Johnson over on the angle right. In the corner, 18-footer. This one short, his first miss. Rebound grab by Oakley with just under 6 minutes remaining in the first half, and the ball goes out of bounds. Oakley tried to get a little cute, went behind the back, trying to get it to Best, but Outlaw got in the way, and it goes out of bounds. The Suns will have Joe Johnson and Stephon Marbury's back in the Phoenix lineup. Chicago with Oakley, Pfizer, Jalen Rose, A.J. Guyton's back in there, and Travis Best. So we're going to see Rose matched up against Shawn Marion. Ball comes into the Suns, Stephon Marbury. New shot clock. Travis Best defending Marbury. Marbury bounces it off to Gugliotta. Gugliotta now to Joe Johnson in the corner. Joe Johnson against Guyton. He should be able to take advantage of that matchup, and he will, and just turns at the baseline for a 5-footer, and it's good.
It's too easy. I mean, a couple of dribbles, backed him up a little bit, then jump right over.
Well, he's got a big height advantage over Guyton as they continue that matchup. 34-30. Suns on top. Travis Best over on the angle right side now for the Chicago Bulls. Bill Cartwright up calling instructions out to his team. Out to Guyton. Three-pointer, good.
Well, you can't leave Guyton. He is a good standstill shooter. You just cannot leave him as well as Travis Best. And that's what the Bulls have now. They have some standstill jump shooters where if you do try to help out in the post, especially on a Jalen Rose or a Pfizer, they can kick it right back out.
Well, Guyton's about a 39, almost 40% shooter from three-point range. And it's a 1-point Phoenix lead as a result of that trio by Guyton. Here's Gugliotta. Swings it over to Joe Johnson from about 18. Just short. Rebound pulled down by Oakley of Chicago out to Jalen Rose. 34-33, the Suns. Rose stops. Gives it over to Travis Best on the angle right. Best looks low and holds it up. Goes down to Pfizer, posting up. Joe Johnson's on him now. The Suns will double team. Pfizer backs in the corner. Long pass for Guyton. A touch pass for Rose. Going to be short from three-point range, but Oakley rebounds. Whips it back to Guyton. Over to Jalen Rose. Rose into Oakley. Oakley stops. Feeds it out to Travis Best. Best on a drive. Collision. Loose ball. Suns have it. Tom Gugliotta. Suns jammed up that lane and come up with a basketball. Gugliotta on the drive. The Outlaw. Out to Joe Johnson. Now to Stephon Marbury. Takes it inside and scores on a drive to the rim.
And Oakley's not going to block many shots at all. Stephon just protected the basketball and laid it right over.
36-33. Suns leading Chicago, and we have 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Suns will be home Sunday at America West Arena hosting San Antonio at 6 o'clock. Pfizer on the drive. Big guy takes it right to the glass and lays it in.
Strong move there by Pfizer. I mean, a second-year player, he is really coming into his own also.
36-35. Again, the Suns hanging on to a 1-point lead. Here's Stephon Marbury off to Marion. Marion on the left side. Cross court for Joe Johnson. Johnson back out to Marbury. Now to Marion as they swing it around the perimeter. To Marbury. To Joe Johnson. He drives the baseline in underneath. Plays it in. Nice play.
Good move there. And he passed up the first jump he had. I was getting ready to get on him. He has to continue to take that. But that time put it on the floor and got the layup.
J.J. Joe Johnson with 11 points. Marbury with 12. And the Suns with a 38-35 lead, and the Bulls have the pass deflected. Now we're going to see Jake Sakalidis returning to the Phoenix lineup, replacing Bo Outlaw. And Tyson Chandler, the 7'1", 235-pounder from Dominguez High School in California, will return for the Chicago Bulls. Bulls have 13 seconds on the shot clock. Jalen Rose to inbound. Rose gets the pass into Travis Best. Best bounces it to Guyton. Guyton backs away at three-point range. Joe Johnson, the defender. Off it goes to Pfizer. Pfizer against Sakalidis. Pfizer pulls back and misses from 18. And Gugliotta with the rebound for the Suns. Off to Joe Johnson. He'll push it up coming down the right side. He played at Arkansas 2 years before coming into the NBA. To Marbury in the corner. In from 16. Jumper won't go. Rebound battle. Marion was there. He's knocked down. We've got a whistle here. And we'll have a foul coming up. And the foul is going to be on Tyson Chandler. And we have a timeout. Clock down. And they have the ball and a full 24 seconds on the shot clock. Stephon Marbury Inbounding the ball to Joe Johnson. The 6'7" performer gets it out between the circles. Being played by Travis Best defensively right now. Wheels it over to Marbury. Marbury on the drive. Knocked away. Saved by Sakalidis. Back to Marbury. Wants to shoot a three-pointer, but it's way short. Grabbed underneath by Tyson Chandler. Off the rows to Travis Best. 2.5 minutes now remaining in the first half. Travis Best fakes right, drives left. Bounces it out to Pfizer. Pfizer puts it on the floor. His pass goes out of bounds. Did one of the Suns touch it? Apparently they did, yes.
Well, somebody grabbed his arm. He could have called a foul or just give him the basketball back. I thought that's what he did.
And 9 seconds on the shot clock for the Bulls. Travis Best inbounding in the corner. And now throws it out on top to A.J. Guyton. The drive in the lane. Guyton covered. Goes behind his back to the ball that's stolen by Gugliotta. Gets it up down to Marbury. Marbury pushes it up top of the key at the corner baseline that goes to Joe Johnson. But the big, tall Chandler guarding him out front to Marbury. Over to Marion. In the corner, Gugliotta. 18-footer. Not going to go. Rebound pulled down by Pfizer. To Travis Best. Right side. Guyton for three. His second 3-0. A.J. Guyton.
Well, they're pushing the ball up and they're running to spots. And they're doing a good job of it, and they're getting it to the right guy. Guyton has been on fire.
And the Bulls have tied it. Here is Joe Johnson. Out to Marbury. To Shawn Marion. His three-pointer. No good. And Pfizer rebounds it for the Bulls. Ahead to Travis Best. Best up out of the backcourt. Delivers the ball to A.J. Guyton. Out it comes to Best. Down to Pfizer. Pfizer driving to the baseline. Puts the shot up. Doesn't get it. Pfizer goes to the floor, and the foul will be on Jake Sakalidis of Phoenix.
Well, Jake didn't stay high that time. You know, Pfizer obviously a little quicker than Jake, but Jake can get to the basketball once it releases his hands and did not keep his hands up to force Pfizer into a good shot with the left hand kind of pushed off a little bit.
So Pfizer at the free throw line. The average is about 12 points a game. And as far as playing time, a little better than 25 minutes a game. Not a particularly good free throw shooter, but he gets one here. And this is the first lead the Bulls have had since the score was 2-0.
Well, you know, he's gone to the Karl Malone school of obviously working out. I mean, he's trying to get the biggest biceps in the league right now.
And both free throws are good by Pfizer. And the Bulls have a 40-38 lead. Devon Marbury up out of backcourt with a minute 18 here in this first half. Over to Marion. Marion to Gugliotta. Gugliotta's bounce pass to Joe Johnson. Back out to Marbury. Marbury behind the Gugliotta screen to Joe Johnson. In from 16. Good. He hits the shot. Joe Johnson.
And he understands his range, and he understands his rhythm in shooting the ball. A couple of times he's caught the ball. I thought he should shoot it, but obviously he's not ready to let it go, but put a dribble down and got in good rhythm and knocked it in.
And Joe Johnson with 13 points, and the Suns have tied it at 40. Here's Travis Best driving left of the lane, throws it out front. It's going to be saved by Guyton. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Guyton driving to the baseline, gets it out to Pfizer. Pfizer for three, and he hit it. How about that? The big guy Marcus Pfizer hits the three, and the Bulls lead by 3. Down to the final half minute of the first half. Marion has the shot knocked down from behind, picked up by Guyton. Guyton out of backcourt, lobs it. You heard what happened. Tyson Chandler, the 7'1" youngster, grabbed it for a jam, and they love it at the United Center.
Yeah, well, they're pumped up right now, and turnovers, they're doing the Suns in right now. Turning the basketball over and then not getting back in a hurry defensively.
A 5-point Chicago lead. Suns going for the last shot of the first half. 10 seconds to put it up. Gugliotta puts it on the floor, and we get an offensive foul called on Gugliotta.
You know, that's why you always play out the quarter, because within about 40 seconds, the Bulls have gotten a comfortable lead, but most importantly, they've taken over momentum.
So now Chicago, a long bouncer to Pfizer. Pfizer drives the left side, pulls up for an 18-footer, doesn't get the roll, but he was fouled as he puts the shot up. And the foul's on Tom Gugliotta. But Chicago has, as you mentioned, Eddie, gained the momentum here in the last couple of minutes of this first half. And with 3.8 seconds remaining here in the first half, they have a 5-point lead in Pfizer at the free throw line.
And now, you know, and that's why a lot of games are won at the end of quarters. It's how you finish the quarter, because it can carry over into the next quarter. And right now the Bulls are feeling real good about themselves, getting ready to go into halftime. Guyton just throws the ball up there, and Chandler's a huge target.
Well, Pfizer getting the first free throw. He's come in here and scored 12 points in 15 minutes off the bench. Pfizer's second free throw, good. He's 4 for 4. Suns will utilize the 20-second timeout. Well, we talked about Marcus Pfizer not being a good free throw shooter. He's 69% on the year. In this ball game, he's 4 for 4. And the Bulls on a 17-8 run to take a 47-40 lead. 3.8 seconds left, and the Suns will try set something up for a last-second shot here to end the first half.
Well, the Suns haven't helped them with turning the ball over. And
Bulls are shooting 50%, and the Suns are down to 43% from the field. Suns will have to go length of the court, 3.8 seconds. Shawn Marion will inbound the ball. Everybody getting set for the closing seconds of the first half. And after the Suns have kind of controlled things, the Bulls have come on here in the closing minutes. Inbound to Marbury, covered by Best. Gets it to Sakalitis, who throws up a shot. Didn't get it. And we go off at halftime with the Bulls, who close strong, and a 7-point lead. It comes out, no good. Hassel has the rebound. Puts it on the floor, brings it up in a hurry. Bounce it off to Jalen Rose. Rose in the corner. Rose against the young guard of the Suns, Joe Johnson. Bounces it down to Curry. Curry inside. His hook shot rolls off. Suns get a break. He's had a couple of good shots that haven't gone.
Well, he's getting very good position. I'd hate to see him finally get confidence and make them, because he's commanding position down there in the post.
Definitely very deep. And now the Suns fire to Gugliotta. He has it knocked down and controlled by Chandler, and he feeds it out to A.J. Guyton. Guyton driving to the right side over to Rose. Rose puts up a three and hits it. 3-point field goal, Jalen Rose.
And it's a tough way it's tough to guard Jalen Rose, because he can put the ball on the floor. So what you do is pick your poison. That's what Stephon did. He said, okay, make the jumper, and he did.
Biggest lead for Chicago. They're on top by 8 points, 50-42. Here's Joe Johnson over at three-point range on the left side. Puts it on the floor, drives in deep, gets it to Big Jake, and Chandler blocks it. Oh, that was quite a defensive effort by young Tyson Chandler. Here come the Bulls. Jalen Rose at three-point range on the left side. Out it comes to Guyton. Guyton now between the circles. Drives to his right. Keeps coming. Stops out on top to Chandler. Into Curry. Curry makes his move. Shot is knocked away, and the Suns have it. And I think Sakalitis got knocked in the chops. It goes over to Stephon Marbury. Marbury open from 17. Won't get it. Rebound is pulled down to Curry. Out to Jalen Rose. Rose over the time stripe over on the right side. We're not quite 3 minutes into the second half. Here's the United Center in Chicago. Jalen Rose bounces it out to Chandler. Not a hassle. Around they swing it to A.J. Guyton. Guyton into the corner. Now works the baseline underneath the Curry. He can't handle it. It's a very low pass down around the shoestrings, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, not a good pass at all. I mean, they threw it way down there low, and big guys cannot go down there and get it. But good defense by the Suns. They didn't allow Guyton to make the perfect pass.
Now the Suns come up trailing 50-42. Marbury over on the left side. Bounces the ball to Joey Johnson. Johnson on the drive. Gives it to Big Jake. He fakes. Puts the shot up. Can't get the roll. Rebound. Joe Johnson has it. Takes it to the left side. Misses a 16-footer. Oh, he really worked for that. Couldn't get that shot to go. Here's Hassel. Hassel driving in the lane underneath the Chandler. Can't control it. It's grabbed by Marbury. Up to Marion. Marion on the run. Gives the ball to Joe Johnson. He takes it in and scores.
Well, the Bulls doing the Suns a favor. They've had about 4 or 5 close-in shots and can't finish them. And the Suns able to hang in there, and they go down there and get the easy one.
Well, good to see the Suns running here. Joe Johnson with 15 points. Here's Jalen Rose. His 18-footer won't go. And Joe Johnson with the rebound for the Suns. Brings it up over the time stripe. Johnson out front against Hassel right now. Over on the right side, out to Gugliotta. Gugliotta gets the ball to Marion. Left side, 17-footer switch. Now the Suns starting to get some good shots, starting to move the basketball.
And good recognition by Goog. They had the floor balanced over on the strong side. Knew if he swung the basketball over to the weak side, someone was open. Shawn Marion was.
Hassel at three-point range for Chicago. Stops, pops from 16. Good. Brenton Hassel. And it's 52-46. Chicago still on top. Out of backcourt for the Suns, Marbury. Over to Joe Johnson. And again, if you joined us late, Penny Hardaway not with the team. He went to Toronto to receive treatment on a sore knee. Gugliotta the baseline. Starting at place of Hardaway tonight has been young Joe Johnson. Here's Oakley out of baseline right from 15. Good.
Well, you know, Goose has about 3 inches on Hassel. As soon as he saw him guarding him, he just knocked him backwards and shot it in.
That's the first scoring for Gugliotta in the ball game. He didn't score in the first half of the Suns. Hassel out between the circles, down to Jalen Rose and to Chandler, and Big Jake blocks it. And it's gathered in by Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson cutting in the lane. His jumper's knocked down by Hassel, and then the ball goes out of bounds. It went on Sakalitis. Joe Johnson goes down to the floor. He'll jump up with 6:55 remaining in the third quarter.
Big Jake just got his hand up there and then got all ball. Chandler couldn't get it in, but Hassel on the other end, he's giving up a lot of height, but I can see why he's playing forward now. He can leap.
Here is Guyton. Guyton over on the right side. Swings the ball to Rose. Rose puts it on the floor. Back to Guyton. Here's his three-pointer. Won't get this one. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Shawn Marion. Pushes it up to Marbury. Marbury driving left side. Takes it inside. Shot won't go, but he's fouled. And the foul is on Eddie Curry. And Marbury will go to the free throw line with 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this third quarter. A 52-48 Chicago lead.
Stephon, he just smells blood when that lane just opens up and guys aren't getting back. Impossible to guard an open floor. Guyton was helpless.
So here's Marbury at the free throw line. He has 14 points, 4 for 4 free throw shooting. The Suns are 7 of 8 as a team. Not a lot of free throws. First one is up and good.
You know, not a lot of free throws. And again, I didn't expect them to because of the height that the Bulls will throw out there. It makes it extremely tough to take it to the basket. So the game plan for the Suns have been fine. They've knocked down shots. Just turning the basketball over has enabled the Bulls to get control of the game.
Marbury hits the 2 free throws and cuts what was an 8-point lead down to 2. A.J. Guyton now between the circles for the Bulls. Looks left. Rose slips. He doesn't go to Rose. He'll go to Hassel. Hassel out at 3-point range. Takes it in the corner. Bounces for Curry. And as he drives, he's grabbed and fouled. And the foul will be on the Suns, Stephon Marbury.
Curry's a big body. He is a huge body. And he has a tough time, similar to what Jake is going through right now in handling the basketball and finishing. But he takes up a lot of space. I can see why now they thought he could develop into the shock of the East. Huge body.
He misses the first free throw. Suns basketball is brought to you in part by Budweiser, who salutes America's designated drivers, reminding you that we all make a difference. And the next free throw by Curry is good. He gets 1 of 2. The Bulls are 6 of 9 free throw shooting tonight. Suns are 9 of 10. 53-50. 3-point lead for the Chicago Bulls here midway through the third quarter. Marbury for the Suns off to Marion on the right side. Marion against Hassel. That's the Sakalitis. Over to Joe Johnson just inside the 3-point stripe. Out of Marbury. Marbury to Gugliotta. Open from about 20, but it's going to be short. And Jalen Rose will rebound for the Bulls. Rose, a long bouncer for Guyton. Guyton drives towards the baseline. Now starts out front, gets the ball back to Jalen Rose. Around to Hassel. Hassel is bounce pass to Curry. Curry faces the basket and turns, and a 10-footer's up and in.
You know, well, they're showing confidence in the rookie. I mean, he has lost a couple of balls down there, but their whole offense right now is going inside to him.
A 5-point Chicago lead. Stephon Marbury over on the left side. Gets open, takes it in the lane. A shot is blocked by Chandler. Grabbed by Jalen Rose of the Bulls. Ahead to Guyton. Guyton over on the right side at the baseline. Out to Jalen Rose. In from 18. Shot won't go. Rebound grabbed off the floor by Sakalitis to Joe Johnson. Ahead to Marion. Marion has a 16-footer. Good. A switcheroo for 2. And Marion pulls the Suns back within 3 again. 55-52 Chicago. 5 minutes remaining. Just under 5 minutes remaining here in the third period. And we get a timeout call. 4:54 left in the
7%, but the Suns should be fortunate because the Bulls have had a lot of close-in shots, just could not finish them, and they're going to the high school players, and that's probably why they're not finishing.
Suns will have Bo Outlaw, Shawn Marion, John Wallace, Dan Marley, and Stephon Marbury. And the Bulls with the basketball. A.J. Guyton over to Chandler. Chandler's out on the perimeter, and now we get a foul, and it's on Jalen Rose. He was impeding the progress of Shawn Marion.
Well, gave him an elbow to the chops almost, right. Lifted his arm up and trying to be theatrical, and the official said,
So the Suns come back trying to take advantage of the foul. It's Stephon Marbury. Marbury behind a wall of screen. Keeps coming. Scissored in between the defense. Ball knocked away. Out of bounds. Suns will get it back. They'll have 13 seconds on the shot clock. We have 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Bulls lead the Suns by 3. Marbury inbounding to Wallace, around to Stephon Marbury. Marbury's bounce pass goes low to Marion at the baseline to Outlaw. Outlaw back to Shawn Marion. 4 seconds to shoot it. Marion raises up, misses from 17. Chandler pulls down the rebound, gets it off to Hassel. Hassel spins away, coming down the right side. Trenton Hassel out to A.J. Guyton for Chicago. Over to Hassel on the right side beyond the three-point arc. They want to go to Curry, but Outlaw is fronting him defensively. Back out to Guyton. 8 seconds on the Chicago shot clock. Guyton with the fake, with the drive. Pulls up from 15. The jumper won't go. The rebound won't go. It's saved by Guyton. He follows. It's short from 18. And the rebound this time down to Dan Marley. Marley stops. Dishes off to Marion. Marion way out on the perimeter over on the left side. Feeds Wallace down to Marbury. Marbury to Outlaw. Puts a shot up and in.
Good play by Bo Outlaw. He didn't challenge Curry all the way. Turned his body a little bit and was able to knock it in off the glass.
Chicago by 1. And now Wallace getting banged around by Chandler inside, and the foul will be on the son, John Wallace. And just the second team foul for Phoenix.
Stephon Marbury not forcing the issue. And Bo Outlaw showing a little finesse.
And Chicago inbounding to Jalen Rose. Rose out front now. Stops about 17 feet away from the hoop. Goes to Chandler in low. Fumbles, picks it up, finds Curry alone, and he jams it.
Good pass by Chandler right there. And Curry made sure he didn't miss that one.
Now the Suns down 57-54. Stephon Marbury over on the left side, puts the ball on the floor, gets it out to Wallace, down to Marley. Marley at three-point range, played defensively by Jalen Rose. Back to Marbury, 5 seconds to shoot it, and it'll be Marbury for 3, but it's way off the mark. And Rose with the rebound. Rose will wheel it up over the time stripe himself for Chicago. Rose into Curry. Curry tries to stuff another one, but a Rose across the rim, no good. Grabbed by Marley, up to Marbury. Marbury into the lane, and as he tries to put a shot up, he's going to be grabbed on the arm and fouled. Tyson Chandler will pick up the foul. All happening with 2 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in this third quarter. We've got a Phoenix timeout. We'll check the score. It's the Bulls 57, Phoenix Suns 54. Back after the full timeout.
For a free half-liter of Ice Mountain spring water. Join us at every Bulls home game for the Ice Mountain Grand Prix.
Here are our 3 Budweiser Watch and Win sweepstake contestants for tonight. Tom Pickering of Surprise. Tom Pickering, Marilyn Krause of Phoenix, Marilyn Krause. Jason Schreier of Peoria. Jason Schreier, you have until the end of tonight's broadcast to call 602-379-7554 to be a finalist. Be sure you get in on it. Pick up your entry blank at your favorite sports bar. A Budweiser entry in the Budweiser Watch and Win. And good luck.
Well, you know, I entered that. So what if you say my name while we're talking?
Well, we do.
Do I call you?
I don't know if I can get you on the phone or not. I'll get you a telephone, but you might be able to. Stephon Marbury gets the free throw, and he'll have another try. The Suns have gotten close here in this third quarter after being down by 7 at the half, being down by 8 1/4. Both free throws are good by Stephon Marbury. He's had a perfect night from the line, 8 of 8. He has 18 points, and it's a 1-point Chicago lead. Now the Suns get back defensively. Travis Best is in there for the Bulls. Gets it over now to Hassel. Hassel looking low, can't find anybody, and puts it on the floor himself and jumps up a 17-footer and knocks it down.
Well, I think maybe they should have let him pass the basketball. I mean, because he looked real good in getting that shot off.
Trenton Hassel playing well for Chicago, and he has 9 points. Here now Marbury out to John Wallace. Wallace on the drive. Up for a shot, won't get it. Rebound Hassel.
Suns need to figure out how. It's tough to shoot over Tyson Chandler.
Yes, it is. Jalen Rose on the left side. Pulls back from 17. Shot won't go. Rebound to Wallace. To Marion. To Marbury. And there's 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. A 59-56 Chicago lead. John Wallace is open from 22. Shot won't go. And it's down to Travis Best. Best brings it up out of backcourt. He came from the Indiana Pacers along with Jalen Rose in that Big trade between these two NBA teams. Now to Rose. Now to Chandler, and he's going to be fouled hard by Bo Outlaw. Chandler goes down. Bo Outlaw goes down. And the foul will be on Outlaw. Coming here with 1:40 remaining in the third quarter.
Well, Jalen Rose coming off the screen, and John Wallace has to help somewhat. And when he did, Jalen got the ball right to Chandler, and Bo Outlaw not allowing him to get that ball in the bucket. That's where you're supposed to play. Don't be dirty about it, but send him to the free throw line.
So here is Tyson Chandler at the free throw line, and his first one is up and good. Chandler has 10 points in the ball game, 6 rebounds. He's been the top rebounder for this Chicago team, and now he's ready for his second drive.
He's going to be a player, Al.
Yep.
I'm telling you. I mean, this kid does a lot of things well. Just doesn't have the confidence, but I'd hate to have to go against him in a couple of years.
Well, he gets both free throws, and it's 61-56 the Bulls. Here's Stephon Marbury. Marbury throws the ball away. He threw it deep in the corner. Marley was going the other way. I mean, he wasn't even close to where the ball was passed. And the turnover will cost the Suns. They have 13 turnovers. That has given up 13 points. Here now is Travis Best. Best over on the right side, out of three-point range for the Bulls. Keeps the ball moving up and down like it's on a string. A yo-yo. Now swings it around to Hassel again. His perimeter pop won't go. Rebounded Joe Johnson, who's returned to the Phoenix lineup. Joe Johnson bumped, no harm, no foul by Hassel. Out to Marbury. Shoots a three. Shazam! He hit one.
Well, Suns finally get one to drop.
21 points for Marbury. And now Best coming up over the Times drive at 61-59. Chicago by 2. Best gives it to Marcus Fizer, who just checked in. He had a big second quarter, remember. And he drives the baseline and lays it off the glass and in. And now Fizer threw an elbow out. Double foul. And Bo Outlaw and Marcus Fizer.
Well, Bo and Fizer running back down the floor after Fizer makes a good move. And the official gets both of them right there from just pushing off on one another. And a little ticky-tack there.
Well, the
nothing.
Suns will have the basketball. 44 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 63-59. Chicago leads it. Now, Fizer came in the second quarter and had a big period. And he comes in here and drives it to the basket. He has 15 points. He's the leading scorer for the Bulls. Here's Marbury against Travis Best. Marbury on the dribble up front. Comes out beyond the three-point arc. Jalen Rose jumps out on him defensively and picks up a reaching-in foul. Wolves have that foul to give, however.
Yeah, they had a foul to give, and I'm glad he committed it because they really switched off well that time. Forced the farm way out around half court. Could have really cost the Suns in terms of getting a good shot that possession.
Dan Marley inbounding to Marbury. 12 seconds to get a shot. Marbury out front on the right side. 8 seconds. He drives in the lane. Gets it out to Wallace. A long 20-footer in and out. Rebound Marley. Knocked down by Rose. Saved by Hassel. And Chandler has it. Gets it over to Best. Out of backcourt. On the run. Travis Best. He's shut down top of the key. Now pulls it back outside with 5 seconds left in the quarter. Now drives in. Puts the shot up. It won't go. Chandler jumps on the rebound and scores it. Tyson Chandler. And he now has 13 points. Here's a long shot that won't go. Chandler has his season and career high is 13, and he has 13 right now. Third quarter's history. The score after 3 here in Chicago. The Bulls 65. Phoenix Suns 59. Fourth quarter coming O'Reilly.
Suns have to make up 6 points this quarter. Suns shooting 38%. The Bulls 43%. Joe Johnson, 15 points, 8 rebounds in the ball game. The bench has been the difference. The Bulls 19, the Suns 5. A.J. Guyton, he has 10 points and 7 assists.
And Fizer with 15 off the bench has been a big plus. Okay, fourth quarter here in Chicago. Bulls with the basketball. Travis Best out to Hassel. Hassel out on top. Gives it to Jalen Rose. Swings it to Fizer. Fizer back out to Jalen Rose. Back it goes to Fizer again. Fizer on the drive. Crashes in with a running left-hander to the hoop and scores.
You know, well, he has rhythm. He developed rhythm in the first half, and they're continuing to get him the basketball.
Well, the Bulls have scored the last 8 points And they lead 67-59, taking an 8-point lead again. Here's Stephon Marbury at three-point range. Bounces it down to Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson wants to back in on Jalen Rose. He does. He's up and under, and he scores. Nice move.
Nice move there, and went right at Jalen with
Oh, Jalen Rose just knocked Bo Outlaw out of the way. Official standing there. No harm, no foul. Here come the Bulls. Hessel out to Travis Best. Best between the circles now. We're 1 minute into the fourth quarter. To Rose. To Best. Best from 22. Hits the shot. Wow.
Well, you know, Rose and Best coming over from Indiana, they always played in crunch time. So this is like old news to them.
69-61 Chicago. Just into the fourth quarter. Stephon Marbury on the left side for the Suns. Marbury starting to take it inside, then gets rid of the basketball. Finally, it comes back out to Joe Johnson. Now to Marion in the corner. But we've got a 3-second lane violation. Bo Outlaw in there too long. And now Milt Palacio is going to come into the Phoenix lineup. Marbury will come out. Stephon with 21 points. Joe Johnson with 17. Shawn Marion with a dozen. And Chicago with an 8-point lead, 69-61. So the Suns now, Tom Gugliotta, Shawn Marion, Bo Outlaw, Joe Johnson, and Milt Palacio. Palacio out of Colorado State in his third year, a 6'3" guard. Outlaw with a steal. Outlaw comes down the right side. He's going to take it all the way in, and Outlaw scores it.
Good steal by Bo Outlaw, overplaying Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley cannot go back door on you. You can recover. Bo Outlaw, good smart move.
It's Hassel, Pfizer, Oakley, Rose, and Travis Best. The 5 on the floor for Coach Bill Cartwright in Chicago. Rose from 18, he drills it through. And now we got another double foul. We've had a lot of double fouls tonight. And Gugliotta and Marcus Pfizer will pick up double fouls. So this is the third time we've had double fouls.
But they got to understand something. Pfizer is so huge. I mean, every time he bumps into someone, it's going to be a collision. I mean, you know, let's face facts. I mean, you got two big guys down there battling. Just let them play.
71-63 Chicago. Milt Palacio for the Suns. Best tries to knock it away. No deal. Palacio stops. Needs some help here. Finally gets the ball out to Gugliotta. And the shot clock's down to 8. Out to Palacio. Palacio on the drive. Here's his spin move. Here's his fadeaway. Good. Counts a basket. And he is fouled by Travis Best.
Well, they put pressure on him. And Milt was out there, no man's land, really didn't have nowhere to go. Saw the clock running down and did the smart thing. Don't pass the basketball. Go in there and try to get a shot off. Hey, he only does that. He goes to the free throw line and hopefully turn this into a 3-point play.
Palacio 6'3", 195, a third-year guard out of Colorado State. And his free throws in and out. No good. Pfizer jumps on the rebound. It is 71-65. The Bulls lead it. Travis Best handling the basketball for Chicago. 9.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. We're in the fourth quarter. Travis Best out on top now. Looks to his right. Swings it over to Hassel. Hassel waiting. He puts it on the floor on the right side. Hassel fires it out to Oakley. Oakley in the corner for Travis Best. Shoot it from there. Won't get it. They're running out of time. Rebound. Finally grabbed by Shawn Marion. He'll bounce it out to Milt Palacio. Palacio right side. Stops, looks, feeds Marion. Around to Joe Johnson at 3-point range. Joe Johnson behind Gugliotta. Keeps coming, shoots and scores in the lane.
We'll put a hesitation move on everybody in the lane. Charles Oakley included, froze him, and then just put it right up. Joe Johnson looking very good tonight.
Joe Johnson has 19 points in the ball game. His season high with Boston was 23. He has 19 right now.
8 rebounds and 6 assists to go with it.
Yeah. Here's Pfizer out on the perimeter now. Pfizer top of the key. Dishes off to Travis Best. Best driving. Launches up an 18-footer. Good. Travis Best.
Travis Best is trying to earn a starting spot here.
Now, got a foul. Technical foul on Marcus Pfizer. Technical foul on Marcus Pfizer of Chicago.
So I didn't really catch what he did. I don't know if he was involved in a shoving match with someone else or he was talking to the official, but whatever it is, he's got to pay money.
Well, Shawn Marion will hit the free throw, and we're going to get a timeout right here. Trailing 73-68, down by 5 points. Joe Johnson. He has 19 points in the ball game. Out to Milt Palacio. Palacio around to Shawn Marion. Marion back to Palacio. Over to Joe Johnson. Johnson looking, gets the Outlaw. Outlaw puts it on the floor, takes it in, tries to go to Gugliotta. Probably should have shot the ball, but the Suns get a break. It goes out of bounds off Pfizer of Chicago.
And, you know, here we go. Another team going to a zone in crunch time, trying to see if they can frustrate the Suns. Bo Outlaw, if he's going to play the middle of that zone, he has to think about scoring. If he doesn't, then they're going to give in to what the Bulls are trying to do.
Out it comes to Joe Johnson. He penetrates, feeds Marion. Shot is up. Ran out of time. Shot clock ran down.
Well, he couldn't control the ball in a hurry to get his shot off. And that's what it was. Got the ball in time. Ball slipped in his hand a little bit.
It is Chicago 73, the Phoenix Suns 68. And the Bulls have Travis Best handing the basketball over on the right side against Palacio. Best out of three-point range. And now we got Jalen Rose here picking up another foul. Got tangled up with Palacio, then tried to push him out of the way. That's 4 fouls on Jalen Rose.
Good defense down there by Palacio. Not giving in to him trying to get position. And Jalen loves to use those arms to get you off of him.
Palacio handling the ball. Over it goes to Gugliotta. Gugliotta at three-point range. Gugliotta bounced the ball to Marion. Over it goes to Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson breaks through. Back to Marion at the baseline. Can't get the shot off to Johnson. To Palacio. Palacio puts it on the floor. Throws it up from the corner, but it's short. And it's tipped down and grabbed by Pfizer. Pfizer brings it up out of backcourt on the dribble. Bounces it back to Travis Best. There's 7.5 minutes remaining in this ball game in the fourth quarter. Travis Best between the circles now for Chicago. Off to Hassel. Hassel turns. Quick release on the shot. Won't go, but it's grabbed underneath by Oakley. He likes those behind-the-back passes, doesn't he? These Bulls have tried that about 3 or 4 times, behind-the-back passes.
Oakley has tried it, and the crowd does not like it. I think he just wants to get one in so they can get happy about it. I don't know who he was passing that one to, Charles. You're too old to be doing that. Just pass the ball.
The Suns have it. And let's see if they can take advantage of it. Here's Joe Johnson on the drive. Throws it out on top to Marbury. Just checked back in. To Marion. To Joe Johnson. Baseline 15-footer. Switch. It's good. 21 points for JJ.
The Suns make them pay.
Up out of backcourt. Up comes Hassel for Chicago. He's double-teamed briefly. Hassel looking for help. Bounces it to Best way out on the perimeter. It's a 3-point Chicago lead. Travis Best between the circles. Starts behind Oakley. Now bounces it to Oakley. He goes down to Pfizer. Pfizer against Gugliotta. Pfizer now is going to be called for traveling, or is there going to be a foul? Well, there's going to be a foul, and it's on Tom Gugliotta of the Suns. It's his 4th.
Well, you know, they had to make the call. Either travel or foul. And Tom did give the little shove in the back, and Pfizer forced the official to make the call.
So Chicago will have the ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock. They have a 3-point lead. And Hassel will inbound, gets it into Travis Best. Best out of Georgia Tech, a 7-year pro. New to Chicago. To Rose from 18, just short. Rebound Joe Johnson, and now inside is Oakley trying to push Joe Johnson out of the way, and Oakley picks up the foul. So the Suns will have the basketball. Chicago's second team foul with 6 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the ball game in the fourth quarter. Inbounded to the Suns, Stephon Marbury. Marbury and JJ. Joe Johnson both with 21 points. Johnson drives, pulls up from 15. Good-looking shot. Yes, indeed.
Well, he's feeling good. He is feeling good right now and abusing the zone.
Timeout, Chicago. A 1-point ball game. 6:22 left to play fourth quarter. Bulls 73, Suns. Travis Best. He spins to his left. Gets it out to Gugliotta. To Shawn Marion. Here's an 18-footer. It is going to bounce around. Won't go. Tipping Joe Johnson. No! And it comes down to the floor. And Travis Best will control it. All right. JJ almost tipped it in. And now technical foul. Bill Cartwright comes all the way up to midcourt. I guess he thought Best was pushed, and he's going to pick up a technical foul. The Bulls coach.
Good timing, Bill. You give the Suns a chance to tie this ball game up.
And Shawn Marion will do exactly that. Marion hits the technical free throw to tie the game at 73.
But they always said Bill's a nice guy.
Well, he must have said something because the official didn't take long to tee him up. Now Chicago back with the basketball. Travis Best out front, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Best driving to his left. Looks, swings it off to Chandler. Chandler on the drive, goes in and scores. Tough shot.
Oh, that's a very tough shot right there. And Bill Cartwright, he's going with the youngster now. Oakley struggled in crunch time.
Well, he has his new season and career high. Chandler with 15, Tyson Chandler. Here's Marbury drives, running right-hander won't go. Rebound tip by Marion to Gugliotta. From 22, no. go. And Joe Johnson rebounds for the Suns. Takes it over to the right side against Hassel. Now starts to drive. That's a charge. Tough break for J.J. It's an offensive foul.
Yeah, I mean, he made up his mind he wanted to go right. And Hassel, he guessed right. He guessed right, and he was right there on the right hand. And Joe Johnson, off balance, gave him a nice little shove.
We now are down to the 5-minute mark remaining in this ball game. The Bulls lead it 75-73. And again, Tyson Chandler with his career high. Here's Pfizer from 17. Scores it. He can score. I mean, he was all Mr. Everything at Iowa State, and he scores a lot of points. They've not been real high on him here in Chicago, but that's a part of his game that's impressive, and that's putting points on the board. Gugliotta misses from 20. Rebound in the air. Joe Johnson saves it. Tries to throw it at the baseline. Pfizer deflected out of bounds with 4.5 minutes remaining in this ball game, and Chicago with a 4-point lead.
Well, Joe has to recognize that Bo Outlaw is not an option in that particular play, and Bo will tell him that. He needs to look at the rim.
The ball's inbounded out front to Stephon Marbury. A new shot clock for the Suns. Marbury out between the circles now. He takes the ball to the right side, pumps up a 20-footer. Looks good. He is good.
Good pick by Bo Outlaw to free Stephon up.
And a 2-point lead for the Chicago Bulls, 77-75. Well, last night in Memphis, the Suns won the ball game over the Grizzlies, 78-72. Here now on the right side, Travis Best. 15-footer, not good. Rebound, knocked down. Marbury's there. Give it out to Marion on the run. Marion pulls up from 15. Yes, indeed. We're tied.
Jalen Rose running back like Shawn wanted to dunk the ball. People got to remember, Shawn Marion can shoot the basketball, pulled up from 12 and drained it.
This game is tied at 77. Travis Best between the circles for Chicago. Remember on January 29th at America West Arena, final 91-90 Phoenix over Chicago. Rose misses from outside. Chandler goes over the top. That will cost him a foul, and that'll be his 4th personal. So the Bulls pick up another team foul, their 3rd. Suns have only 1 here in the quarter.
Jalen Rose, wide open shot, but Shawn Marion not giving up, ran at him. And maybe that was enough to make Jalen rush that shot, and Chandler over the back.
Suns of the ball. Game is tied. Joe Johnson against Hassel. In the corner, Marion. Bumped by Rose. Marion on the drive in the lane, and we got a whistle and a foul. And now another technical. And that's on Gugliotta, I believe. Now what's going on here? They've got all kinds of technicals. Now Gugliotta.
Phoenix foul. Number 24, Tom Gugliotta, his 5th personal foul.
Well, he gets a personal and then a technical. And Jalen Rose will shoot it. Well, we've had some unusual calls here in this ball game. Rose will shoot the technical free throw.
Yeah, and Tom said something you can't say to an official, especially after he's just given Bill Cartwright a tech. In front of Bill Cartwright, he heard what Tom said, so he had to call the technical foul. And Tom turning his shoulder a little bit into Jalen Rose, and that was enough to get the foul call.
So the free throw's good, and it's a 1-point Chicago lead, and they have the basketball. Travis Best playing in crunch time here for the Chicago Bulls, and only his 2nd game in a Bull uniform. Off to Hassel at 3-point range. Pfizer and Gugliotta battle for position. Hassel drives left of the lane. Gives to Jalen Rose. Rose against Marion. That's the matchup. Rose on the drive. He's got a 15-footer. He'll bury it.
Guy's a money player. He's off. I mean, he hasn't shot the ball well at all. 6 of 17 on the night. But in the 4th quarter, he is relentless.
And it's a 3-point lead, 80-77 Chicago. Marbury out to Gugliotta. 20-footer straight away. No good. Rebound tipped up in the air, and Pfizer is there. Suns are shooting 41% for the ball game. Chicago 45%. And have scored 62 of the Suns' 77 points. No other Sun has more than 4. And these Chicago fans haven't forgot what it's like to try and win games. They're in this one.
Yeah, they're really in this game because they don't get a chance to be in this situation much. But lately, over the past month, they played very well.
Suns have the ball, trailing by 3. Marbury beyond the 3-point arc over on the left side. They go to Joe Johnson working against Jalen Rose. Joe Johnson, the youngster, spin move inside. Can't get a shot. Out to Marbury. Marbury on the drive. Takes it in deep. And he's grabbed and held as he tries to get rid of the basketball. And the foul be on Jalen Rose. And that's his 5th. coming here with 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining to be played in the ball game. And they'll send Marbury to the free throw line. That's the 14th foul against the Bulls. No more to give.
Yeah, Shawn needs to knock these two down. Put a lot of pressure on this Bulls team right now.
Irvin Johnson, 24-second violation. I can't believe.
Foul. He is not going to play defense. He wants to stay on the floor to see if he can finish this game off offensively.
Marbury's first free throw is good. The second free throw is good. It is a one-point ball game with Chicago having the lead. Travis Best takes his time, brings it up over the time stride. You only have 8 seconds to get it up, and each team has been penalized for that once tonight. Over to Jalen Rose. Rose passes it back to Pfizer, almost loses the ball, now gets the handle, now drives to the baseline, puts up a shot that won't go. On the rebound, we've got a foul, and it's going to be called against the Suns, and it's on Bo Outlaw. Outlaw picks up the foul, but Suns only their second team foul.
Well, you know, Bo claps his hands, and so obviously he did it. You know, he doesn't argue a lot, but he obviously pulled down on Chandler and stopped him from getting the rebound.
Bulls with a 1-point lead, and there's 2 minutes left in the ball game. Jalen Rose backing down. He turns, he scores! Right side, 12-footer, good.
I say go right back at Jalen Rose, and he's guarding Joe Johnson. Jalen Rose has 5 fouls. He is not going to play defense here.
82-79, Chicago leads it. Stephon Marbury on the left side. Marbury against Best. And now Rose guarding Joe Johnson. Marbury feeds it to Gugliotta. He's due. He got it! Gugliotta from 20. He was 1 for 9, and he hit that one. And again, it's a 1-point ball game. Chicago with the lead. Here's Hassel out of backcourt. Ahead to Chandler. 1:25 left in the ball game. Chandler out front. Back to Jalen Rose. Rose holds the ball up high, goes low for Pfizer. Pfizer backs down. Pfizer's there. Pfizer scores.
Oh, just got too deep that time. I mean, he just got too deep. You can't guard anyone when they catch the ball 3 feet from the bucket.
Bulls with a 3-point lead. Marbury for 3, and it's an air ball, and it's grabbed underneath by Chicago's Hassel. We're getting down to the 1-minute mark. Over to Best. It is 84-81 Chicago. Now Travis Best taking some time. Runs the shot clock to 10. He's out at 3-point range. And again they go to the bread and butter guy. That's Jalen Rose. Here's his turnaround. This time it's short. Outlaw with the rebound. Give it to Marbury. Marbury out of backcourt with 42 seconds left in the game. Marbury on the drive. Gets it over on the side. A 3-point try by JJ won't go. Chandler with the rebound. Out to Rose. There's a half a minute to play. And a foul will be called on Shawn Marion. Marion will pick up the foul. 32 seconds remain in the ball game. It's the Suns' second in the last 2 minutes. That will send Jalen Rose to the free throw line. Chicago with a 3-point lead.
Well,
Yes! The Bucks have their first lead since 51-50. With
3 by Stephon a couple of plays ago. You know, a lot of times.
108 Milwaukee.
But if you miss it, you're criticized. And he didn't even hit the rim on that particular play.
No free throws here. Let's correct that. It's the 4th team foul, the first in the last 2 minutes. Chicago going down to the line. No free throws here. They'll have possession in backcourt. Hassel throws it up to Chandler, and Outlaw will foul Chandler. So they'll put Chandler at the line. He has his season and career high with 15 points, and he's 3 of 4 free throw shooting tonight.
Suns will probably call a timeout after Chandler right here. And, you know, 32 seconds to go. This Bulls team, they're not used to finishing off games. You know, I don't know if you get desperate and try to keep hoisting up 3-point shots. I say you take it to the bucket and try to get to the free throw line and see if this team can make free throws at the end of a ball game.
Tyson Chandler at the free throw line. His first one is not good. 84-81 Chicago. And Chandler will have another try. 32 seconds remain in the ball game. Here's Chandler's look, and he gets the next one. And the Suns will take a timeout. And with 32 seconds to go, Chicago up by 4, 85-81.
Ball movement alert play. All right. Rip. Time for D. Stop them here. You got it. Although they'll have time for one more possession. Golden State without a field goal in 5 minutes, 5 seconds. A 13-3 Milwaukee run. Richardson blows around Irvin Johnson. What was he doing covering that water bug? 35 for Richardson.
Well, he switched up. Jim. There was a screen. He switched up. He tried to play for the jumper, and Richardson makes a great play.
Mason electing to give it up rather than shoot there. Irvin Johnson gets it. 112-110. Irvin has 5. So he gets the 2 back. Big time. Pick at the top. Arenas takes it in. Rejected by Irvin Johnson. And he was out of bounds when he...
League all its
remaining. And a timeout taken by the Golden State Warriors. Arenas in. Irvin gets a clean block. Now the ball will be batted to him. And he is out of bounds when he touches it, trying to save
it. And he knows how to get you off of him and fade away and take jump shots. And he has been in this position a lot. So he understands pressure. And although he struggled with his offense tonight, 7 of 19, he's made some huge baskets in the last few minutes.
And he's waving his hands in the air to get this crowd involved. Suns with the ball in their front court. Comes into Tom Gugliotta. Hands it to Marbury, who fumbles it. It was hit, goes back court. They're going to give the ball to Chicago, and Frank Johnson is saying one of the Bulls hit it. But not in the opinion of the officials, and it's a costly turnover for the Suns, and Chicago will have the basketball. And Hassel will inbound. Turnovers, well, they've been a bugaboo for the Suns. Into Rose, do they want to foul him? Well, they have to. Finally do Marbury with the foul, and now think.
Frank Shawn, what can you tell us?
Well, defensively, no layups, no threes, and rebound the basketball. They should have it. That's what the message from George Karl was, guys.
Cassell, Thomas, Allen, Irvin Johnson, and Anthony Mason on the floor to close it out.
Jim, I'm betting on Richardson or Jamison, and I'd go to Richardson if I was them.
Larry Hughes, the trigger man. Richardson. Hoop doesn't want it. Ray Allen rebounds and is fouled with 11.1. So Richardson.
The Suns will utilize their 22nd timeout now. So Jalen Rose with 2 big free throws. That makes it a 6-point ball game. 87-81 Chicago. 27 seconds remaining in the ball game.
You know, if the three-point shot is there, you take it. If it's not, get it to the basket in a hurry. And then don't allow Jalen Rose or Travis Best to receive the ball in bounds. You force Marcus Fife, who was not a good free thrower, Chandler and Hassel to make free throws to close out the ball game. That should be the conversation right now in the Suns huddle. If you can get an easy, quick layup, you...
Sam Cassell, 25. The Bucks have had a 20-point scorer in 41 consecutive games, 20 or more. That is the longest such streak in the NBA. 26 for Ray.
Marion to inbound the basket.
Larry Hughes has...
A.J. Guyton will replace Tyson Chandler. Again, Shawn Marion waiting to inbound the basketball. Gets it from the referee. Looks for movement. And it comes out finally to Dan Marley. Marley against Jalen Rose. Puts up a 3. Oh, off the rim and out of bounds. That shot almost went, although it was a tough shot. 21 seconds to go. Now Chicago will have the basketball. Rose was playing Marley. He was deep at 3, put it up, it hit the rim, then caromed all the way out of bounds. So the Bulls have it. Now 21 seconds remaining in the ball game. 87-81 Chicago. And the inbound to Rose, and he'll be fouled again. Well, Rose knocked down 2 free throws a moment ago. Joe Johnson fouls him this time. And the Suns looking for a miracle.
Yeah. You know, I mean, unlike last night, I thought it was going that direction. You know, early in the fourth quarter here tonight, out with about 6:22 to go, Suns had held Bulls at that point in time to 8 points. And they were struggling. Bulls were having a tough time trying to find shots. Suns doing a good job. And then a few minutes after that, about 3 to 4 minutes to close this ball game, the Bulls ran off 12 points and able to get this lead.
And the Suns struggled offensively trying to get points. Rose will nail this one down. The first free throw is good, 88-81. And Rose, with 20 seconds remaining in the ball game, spins the ball around. He has 19 points right now. And if he hits this one, it'll give him 20, and he does. And the Bulls are going to come away with a win. They're on top 89-81, an 8-point lead. Here's Marbury. Marbury on the drive will take it in, score the layup. 14 seconds to go. Pfizer will inbound, full court pressure by the Suns and the Rose, and he's the guy that you don't want to foul, but he's the guy that they've been able to get the ball in from out of bounds to on all these possessions.
Well, and I don't like that.
No.
I mean, I think you overplay the guy. I mean, you put 2 guys on him. You know, put 2 guys on him and let Pfizer catch it. You know, I just don't. You got an excellent free throw shooter out there. They're looking for him. You just have to force someone else to shoot free throws in this situation.
Well, he is on the season an 85% free throw shooter, and he's been tough here tonight. His first one's up and in. He just is building on this lead for Chicago. So the Suns will split on this road trip and come home Sunday night against San Antonio. Well, Joe Johnson has certainly been impressive in this game tonight, giving the Suns another real weapon. Suns will take a timeout. Rose gets both free throws. We'll take a quick 60-second break here. The Suns have only 13 seconds remaining. They're down 91-83, and we'll be back with you to close out this one.
Allen huge down the stretch. Allen with 28 points. He is the Miller Genuine Draft Player of the game tonight as the Bucks improve to 31-22 and 17-9 on the home court. Allen 7 out of 15, 11 of 12 from the free throw line, a career high 13 rebounds. Ray Allen, tonight's Miller Genuine Draft Player of the game. What a victory for the Bucks tonight. Golden State hanging in there all.
Computer becomes.
McLaughlin is standing by with Sam Cassell.
Okay, Jim, thank you. Sam, this is a little too thrilling, isn't it? I mean, Golden State came in and perhaps played their best game of the year.
I think so. You know, they're a good offensive team as far as getting offense. Jason Richardson, man, he was unbelievable in the first half. And they carried those to the second half. We got his other teammates involved and made a game of it. You know,
3. And for JJ, equaling his career high. And he certainly is an outstanding young player. He's 20 years of age. All right, Shawn Marion will inbound for the Suns. Marion looking, waiting, and finally inbounds to Gugliotta. Can he catch it going to the hoop? No. And the Suns lose it out of bounds. Gugliotta just couldn't catch the pass underneath going to the basket. Chicago has it. It's inbounded to guess who? Jalen Rose, and I don't think they're going to foul him this time. I don't think there's any need. Rose will come up. The fans in Chicago will celebrate. And here is the final score from the United Center in Chicago. It's over. Bulls win. Chicago 91. Phoenix Suns 83. We'll be right back.